Hello and welcome to our fall version of the Hamilton Township Coach's Corner. My name is Rich Fisher with WBCB, and we are here to get a preview of all the fall varsity teams in the Hamilton Township School District this year. We will talk to each coach of every varsity team, see how they break things down, see what their hopes are, see what their concerns are. They don't have to tell us their concerns if they don't want, but, we will probe. And, we're just going to get a little outlook on how things are going to go. And our first guest of the show are these fine-looking gentlemen, the boys soccer coaches. From left to right, we have Hamilton West John Iorio, Nottingham Sean Fitzpatrick, and Steinert's Anthony Tessein. Welcome, fellas. It's good to have you here.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Yep.
Good to be here.
And let's start with you, John. First-year coach. You are first year as a head soccer coach. You're not a stranger to the program. You've coached the JV for the last couple of years. It's great to have you aboard. You had mentioned to me that you're familiar with all the varsity players from having coached them on JV. Tell us what we can expect from them.
Right. So it really was a good path, I think, for me to, move up from JV to varsity. Knowing all the kids, I know their play styles, I know them personally. I know what positions, they prefer. And just to get them to know, on a personal level as well, the connection is there. And I think I was able to, skip a few steps already knowing them. If I was coming in, wasn't familiar with the program, I'd have to spend days, weeks getting used to them, but it's been really great and just a natural kind of flow with the program. Kind of feel like I moved up with them, and it's been great. It's been great so far. Still trying to build, expectations, how we do things, but again, things that I took from JV, I'm bringing up, and they already know how I am, and I know how they are.
Right. Now, you had mentioned to me earlier you have four seniors that you're really high on who are going to provide leadership. Why don't you tell us who they are, where they'll be playing, and what you're expecting from them?
Yeah, so Jordan Bird, I coached him all 4 years now. Just an absolute workhorse in the back. I could play him, feels like the whole game, doesn't ever want to come out. Just a great kid, a great leader in the back, just somebody that you always want in that back line. And then my next one, Sergio Cano, who, we were kind of up in the air. He was dealing with some injuries years prior, but he has looked phenomenal since he's come out. A late addition. I didn't know if he was going to come out and play, but he's going to be up at the top for me, and is, I know, going to make a huge impact his senior year. And then I have Ant Paredes. He's been a workhorse. Yeah, I could play him anywhere. He's probably got the best boot on the team. He's a workhorse. He could play midfield. He could play in the back. He could do anything for me. He's a Renaissance man, and he is the leader. He's the captain of this team. And then Jonder Ramos, who I'm also extremely excited about. Didn't play last year, got him this year, and he's grown so much. I knew him as a freshman, and from freshman year to senior year, it's been awesome to see him grow as a player, as a person, and he's going to have a huge impact as well. So I also have Carlos Rueda, who I've coached all 4 years as well, and he is a glue guy. He is somebody who you can count on for leadership. You don't have to give him 40 minutes of playing time. 50. He is the same kid always. Doesn't matter what his role is, and they're leading this group. They're leading the 12th graders. I couldn't have asked for a better first group in my first year.
Okay. Any other guys that you might be high on? Any newcomers?
Not so much newcomers. A lot of my sophomores that I had. So Davis Ciavice Niola, I think he's one of the best kids in the county. He's a 10th grader. He's going to be a huge impact for me. Santiago Lora, he's also he's 11th grade. He's one of my midfielders, another workhorse I know that I can count on. And then, I was not going to just not play young guys if I had them. I know sometimes, people are afraid. High school games are really physical, but, I have a few freshmen, Harry Dodd, Romeo Tyson. They're going to make impacts for me, and they're freshmen. So it's really exciting to see, these young kids grow with the program as well.
Absolutely, yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, you and I talked earlier this week. Your program's trying to end a lot of years of losing and frustration. Now, you played on some winning. You've coached and played on some winning baseball teams at Hamilton West. what you understand winning, what has to happen to change this culture?
It starts away from the playing field, honestly. And that's what Coach Mike Mosseri, he's with me, can't escape him. But, he was my coach since I was 12. Everything I've learned coaching-wise, a lot I learned as a player is because of him. So, he's been helping me out this year. And like I said, it's something as simple as, a guy there knowing who's getting water, who's getting the soccer balls ready, the cones, showing up 15 minutes before practice, having your cleats on when we're ready to go. And it seems simple, but a lot of teams don't do it. And West has struggled with small things like that these past few years. And, it's the honeymoon phase. It's week 1. But I'm really excited to see how the kids have responded. And it's always, even though I've coached a lot of these kids, it's tough for a coaching change at the top. And they've really they've adjusted well. They really have.
Well, they've had a lot. They've had 4, in the last 11 years. So, ever since Fitz and Goose Lorraine left, there's been a lot of change. And, you address that, too, that you would like to become the face of this program and give them some continuity. So when you break it all down, what are your hopes for this year? What do you think this team's capable of?
I know it's kind of the prototypical thing to say, but I'm really excited. I mean, I look at them practice. They're giving it all their practice. Like I said, those smaller things are changing. That builds a successful program away from the field. Now, our first scrimmage is tomorrow. I can't wait to see him on the field. I haven't really seen him 11 on 11 yet. It's going to take time. But I expect us to be in that conversation. I know the CVC, is a great conference. I know I'm, paired up with these great coaches with great programs. But I think we're going to make noise. I'm tired of being senior nights. That's always what I tell the kids. I'm tired of us being a senior night. We'll probably some senior nights this year, but I'm hoping next year we make enough noise to. I'm hoping this year we make enough noise to to really say we're playing West this week. We got to lock in. That's
Absolutely.
Our goal.
Absolutely. Yep. All right, Fitz. Well, we welcome you back. The prodigal son has returned after a 15-year sabbatical. Sean Fitzpatrick was Hamilton's head coach for 5 years and left after the 2009 season. Did have a stint as Allentown's JV coach. Now he is back as the North Stars head man. He got the itch again after coaching the JV team last year. Fitz,
freshman team.
My mistake. Yes, freshman team. How's it feel to be back, and how do you feel about this team, which you have a lot of guys back from a squad that went 8-12 and reached the States?
Surprisingly, I'm right back into it. I thought I was going to be worn down and be like, holy cow, this is overwhelming. I'm super excited for this group. From day one to every day I come to practice. We had off yesterday, for example, and it was nice sleeping in, but by the middle of the day, I was like, man, I can't wait to get back on Monday. This group, I think, it's a great group to work with, as John talked about, with little things like being there on time and having all your paperwork in. We've been really good with all that stuff so far. And then in terms of the practice, the kids every day come engaged. They ask questions, and when they do question, they've definitely, it seems like they've taken the suggestions and the criticism to heart and made those attempts to do the things that I'm asking them to do.
Oh, that sure helps, because there's nothing worse than a stubborn kid. So
stubborn coach too.
Yeah, well, that's true too.
My wife will vouch for that.
Yeah, we'll get to her later. I know you have a big goal scorer back in Herbert Addo. He had 12 last year, and Regino Valentin also back, 6 goals, 7 assists. Some nice guys to build around.
That's the amazing thing is, I think a lot of times when you get a new job, you step into a rebuild. I've got so many guys back this year that it's not a rebuild, and these kids know what it takes now to be successful. They made the States last year. We lost a 1-0 game where we all walked off the field like, wow, we could have won that game and made a run. And, with naming names, you name 2. I think we have 10 seniors back and 14 returning players. And it's hard to, I want to say each one of them because it's amazing how far they.
Lay it out there, pal.
The 3 captains, Andreas Menendez, Lester Bracero, and Herb, they've stepped right to the front from day one, where you walk in that first day, or who's going to lead the stretches, whatnot. I didn't have to do that. Say, hey, guys, stretch, and they're leading the charge. Guys who played a lot of minutes last year, like Angel and Edwin, Gregorio, stepped right in, and they all knew their roles. You talked about Herb being a goal scorer, and I said it to Ant. I said, there's no need to scout us, really. Like, your team better figure it out 2 minutes in the game that you better get someone on Herb, because that guy's a handful. So, and then I think, like you said, with Ridge, and we got another player, Marcos Bautista, who, when the ball's on Marcos' feet, it doesn't happen a lot, I think, in like high school soccer, because the ball's being bounced all over the place so much. When the ball's on Marco's feet, like, you watch, like, it's electric.
Yeah.
And then the guys in the back, like Lester Ricciero, as a defender, and Jan Ortiz, who stepped in mid-year into a varsity role and started. And like I said, I'm trying to mention all the seniors, but we have like younger guys too, like Herb's brother, Ellie Ado, and then we have Wilmer Martinez, who's a junior this year. And it's amazing. It just keeps. Leon Michael steps in. He's a senior. It's amazing how many guys I have who I think, and Ethan Miller, that can step right in and do the job right off the bat for us.
Right.
A lot of times we don't necessarily have depth of a program like this, but this year I feel like I have like 18 guys who can play minutes. I've got 6 guys who are swing players who I think they'd start on a lot of varsity teams in this county, and they're going to be swinging between JV and varsity. So we're excited about how it's going to turn out.
All right. We should mention you have credited Nick Durante, who left to work with the Bob Smith Soccer Academy, with really leaving you a good program. So with that being said, can this team win this year?
I think we can be successful. I know when I started here 2 years ago, I wasn't coaching or anything, and I was walking to my car, and I saw this group getting on the bus. I was like, oh, yeah, that's good-looking freshman, sophomore team. Like, that's the varsity team. I was like, oh, my God. I was like, boy, they are going to struggle. Like, they're smaller kids. The uniforms were baggy and blousy on them. And when I stepped in as freshman coach last year, I started watching these kids. I was like, wow, what a jump. And I think a lot of that goes to Nick Durante for how much stuff he did with them in the off season and during the season, and getting them involved with other programs. Like, for example, he got Andreas and Edwin involved with PDA. He put Herb in contact with some people. And I think it's pretty selfless of him, because I think this is a year where we finally have a chance to have like success. He's worked so hard with this team. For him to say, I can't put 100% commitment into this and step aside. I don't think I would have done that. I think I would have finished it out but I give him credit for that, to realize that like he couldn't give that 100%. But I think he's done a great job getting this team ready. And like I said, I think we have a chance to be successful. Where that is, I don't know. But the day one, I told these kids, our goal is, every team we play, we want to make them play their best to beat us.
Right.
And I got to be honest, if we play our best, we're going to be tough to beat.
Very good. All right, moving on to Anthony Tessein, Steinert coach. Anth, coming off a 16-5 year, you got to the CJ3 finals, and outstanding defensive team last year. You lost the cornerstones of that with Elliot Morris, Jake Riley, and Dennis Tchaikovsky, your goalie. But you return a lot of guys that can put the ball in the back of the net, most notably Chris Varga. I mean, your scoring was spread out last year, but you have Varga who can score, and a lot of other guys who know how to score. Give us a little assessment of that.
Yeah, well, you're right. We lost the defensive linchpins, if you will, and goalkeeper. We're working on replacing that. Chris Vega. We're hoping he'll be back.
What I call him, Varga?
You call him Varga. It's okay. He's actually not with us at the moment, so we're a little bit in limbo on that. But we do have another Chris that people should know about, DeMarco. He mostly was an assist guy last year, but he's really stepped up into a role that looks like he's going to be a scorer for us, and he wants to be that guy, so that helps. And like you said, we got a decent crew coming back. We definitely have some holes to fill. The last 2 years, we've lost a total of 27 seniors, and yeah, it's we got to the Central Jersey final 2 years in a row, and so those are a lot of talented guys that we've lost, but this group that we've got is hungry. I know the seniors, quite a few of them were on both of those teams, and they've got a chip on their shoulder, and they want to be back, and they're looking at it legitimately like it's their last chance.
Is it a case of just guys that have been waiting to get their chance? And
yeah, so we're pretty lucky with the numbers that we have, and there's like oftentimes a waiting game and paying your dues and rites of passage. So there's a lot of guys that are hungry just to get the chance to start. There's a handful of guys that are on this team that are in the mix to start that were on the team last year that barely played a minute. And I don't want to throw those names out there to embarrass them, but those guys are very hungry. They want the minutes. They know what we do, and they're from player 1 through 24. They're working hard to try to take those spots.
Okay, you don't have to tell us yet who's going to be man marking Herb Addo. We'll let you wait for that. What about some of the guys that are back? Any other names you want to kind of toss out there?
Well, the one name you didn't mention from our defense was Ryan Chakowski. So he was part of that talented defensive unit, and he'll be back now.
Yeah, he came along well last year.
Yes, he did. And by the end of the year, he got recognized with the coaches awards and all that kind of stuff. But he was absolutely overshadowed by his two line mates there. So we're going to be leaning hard on Ryan to be the best version of himself, and he's doing a great job so far. A name that doesn't get thrown out there enough would be Zach Barton. He's one of our holding center mids, and his contribution to last year's defense completely got overlooked just because of the names that were out there. So Zach will be a really important guy. There's a kid, Braden Quinn, another senior. He'll be playing on the wing for us. Just another selfless guy, put ego aside. Last year when he wasn't starting, he was the first one to say he'd run the lines and be the ball boy, and just by the end of the year we couldn't take him off the field. And we just have a lot of team guys that believe in what we're doing, and like I said, they're hungry to get back to where we were, and we'll do our best to be there again.
Will it be another case of everybody contributing with the scoring, or do you look to have a couple big scorers, or how?
Yeah, the last couple of years it seems like scoring by committee. We've got probably 4 or 5 guys that we're hoping that if all of them could score somewhere between 5 to 7 goals, we'd be pretty happy. What we've tried to do with this crew is just it's a lot of midfielders. So to say that we have the one Herb type of player that's going to be a target guy, that's just not the case. Yeah. So, we just kind of we have to piece together the attack a little bit more than maybe we'd like, or that we've had to do in the past.
Yep. Well, Steinert does have that winning tradition. I know you're going to try to keep that going this year. Also, we just want to remind everybody, or tell everybody, on September 27th, when West meets Steinert, Anthony is going to honor the late, great Steinert JV coach, Ted Kinner, who turned out so many great players that got to the varsity, were state championship players. So, Anth, I just wanted to throw that out there.
Thank you.
Nice that you're going to be doing that, and they're going to have people talk at halftime and everything else, so that'll be something to look forward to. Fellas, I really appreciated talking to you. I wish you the best of luck this year, and I will see you out on the pitch.
Appreciate it.
Thanks
for having us, Fitz.
Class is dismissed.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I've always wanted to say that. All right, we are back, and we are now on the girls' side of the pitch. We have the 3 girls soccer coaches with us now from left to right. Hamilton West, Staci Priestley, you know, that's hard to say. Jess Belmont and Mike Stinger Hastings. Quite a crew we have here, and we're going to start off with you, Stace. You're coming off of a 4-win season, and you lost a few players, but I think the good news is you return Kyara Castro-Gamboa, who led your team with 9 goals last year.
Yep.
Tell us a little about her and what she's going to bring to the table.
She's been our leading scorer, and I don't have very many forwards this year, so I'm happy to have her back. Oh, hello.
There you
Good.
go.
Sorry. So I know she's very excited to continue. Last year she was really upset she didn't get over 10 goals. Every year she sets another goal for herself. So she's a junior this year. She's definitely matured over the last 2 years that she's been playing. She is just such a speedster for us. She just has all the power in the world as long as she can control it, and that's one thing that we continue to work on with her. So just making sure that she finds placement in her goals versus just looking for strength.
Right.
So she has speed, and she's able to take on any opponent. It's just being able to use her other players around her to be able to put the ball in the back of the net. But she's definitely going to be a threat for us this year.
Yeah, I mean, and last year she's only a sophomore, so like you said, you got to control her a little bit. But,
Yeah.
you know, a year's experience, she's now a junior. Maybe that'll come on, come down a little bit. She gives you a scorer to build around. How do you build around her? Who are some of the players that we should be watching in this year, and who are some of the girls that are going to distribute the ball to her or score?
So I'm looking to change our formation a little bit based on obviously the girls that we have. I'm moving one of my midfielders up to a forward because I know that the 2 of them work very well together. So I have Aaliyah Torres, who was one of my center mids. So I'm now moving her up to a forward, and we're going to hope that the 2 of them, they always have worked really well together on the field, being back and forth between the forward and the mid position. So having her up top, we're lacking a lot of other forwards, so we're just going to continue to make changes to see what works and what doesn't. But right now, Aaliyah is definitely someone who can put the ball in the back of the net for us too. So I'm going to try to have her up top, and hopefully the 2 of them can work well together to put some in the back of the net for us.
Okay. How about the other end of the field? How do you look defensively?
Defensively, I still have Autumn Orders back there, so she has always been our rock back there. So luckily we have her returning as a captain for us last year. She's now a senior, so she'll still be back there. Again, I'm making a couple other changes. Brielle Cruzin was also someone who was stable for us in the center of the field last year. I'm going to also move her back on defense to keep her in the back, so hopefully that will work out well for us. But I do have a lot of my returning defenders, so with them. And then I also have Domisha Joseph. She was a center mid for us last year. So I have a lot of seniors and 3 or 4 year varsity players that are returning that can hopefully hold down the fort for us.
All right, sounds pretty good. I mean, you've had a couple tough years. I mean, can you see a step forward this year? Does it look optimistic?
I'm hoping so. I mean, I know the girls have the potential to do it. They always have. It's just, they've put in all the hard work all summer. We've had a good first week of tryouts. So, now it's just putting the pieces together and figuring out what works, what doesn't work, and hopefully we can find ways to put the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah, I would think if you could get a couple wins early and build some confidence in them, that could really make a big difference.
Once they get the momentum going and they can see the potential that I keep trying to tell them that they have, I think that it'll come. It's just a matter of getting there.
Right. All right, thanks, Stace. Now we move on to Ms. Belmont. First of all, Jess, congratulations on giving birth to your new little girl over the past year. That's I have seen her. She is quite adorable. All right, Mom, let's go back to your last year first. It was your first season at the helm. You led Nottingham to 9 wins, a berth in the state in your first year. That was a great job. What did you learn about yourself last year, and how much more prepared are you for this season after what you went through last year?
I learned a lot. I mean, that was my first year as a head coach at the varsity level. Really feeding off of the assistant coaches, some who are new to soccer but have been there in the coaching position in other sports, taking advice from them, and listening to the girls, seeing what they're seeing out in the field, taking suggestions from them, advice from them, and kind of forming it into our own thing.
Right. And so you feel a lot more, even though you did a good job this year, you feel more confident in what you can do this year as a coach, I guess.
Yeah, I definitely put in a little bit more work to get us ready for preseason and going into the season. So that was stuff that I worked on, on the side behind the scenes, fitness-wise and ball work-wise and everything like that.
Okay. Now you lose a big loss in Bridget Cuddy, who scored 19 goals last year. But her sister Maggie's back. Maggie had 6 goals herself, 14 assists. I think she kind of deferred from scoring to set up her sister. Do you expect to see her kind of increase those goals this year?
Yeah, I definitely expect her to take control in the middle for us. She sees the field really well, and she does rely on the people around her. She's not afraid to give the ball up for other people to score, but she will also look to rip the ball herself.
Okay. Also back, Ava McDonald. She got a year of experience in goal. What have you seen in her as far as improvement or anything like that?
Just looking for her to really take control in the back.
Yep.
using
Okay.
using her voice back there, directing players. I think she is becoming more confident in herself back there, and definitely sees the field well. So she uses that to her advantage while she's back there. But definitely some growth over the years.
How about anybody else we should be on the lookout for? You're looking to step up and contribute?
I mean, I'm looking 19 goals from Bridget last year is she's definitely a big loss. So I'm looking for someone or a few people to step up into that role and put the ball in the back of the net for us. We have a couple of freshmen that will be joining us on the varsity level this year, one being Alex, who will probably see some midfield time for us. But we also have
Does Alex have a last name?
McLaughlin. Sorry, Alex McLaughlin.
I thought she was like Cher.
But we also have Vic Smolka, who's returner. She plays center back for us, who's super strong back there. Her and Ava work really well together. And we also have like Jocelyn Castaldo and Lily Jacobs, Jamison Thornton, all returning defenders and everything that's going to help us out.
All right. So what are you looking at this year? I mean, you took a jump up, a couple wins last year. You got to the States. Are you looking for more improvement? You think you can get better this year, or how do you look at it?
I think we'll be pretty strong. I think we'll be able to compete. Like I said, really looking for someone to step up to put the ball in the back of the net, but still kind of figuring things out, seeing where the returners and as well as the new girls, how they kind of mesh together and where everyone's gonna play this year.
All fun, all part of the fun of coaching, huh? All right, Stinger, well, it's good to see you again, buddy.
Always a pleasure, Fish.
Yes, always a pleasure. I want to thank you for all the nice things you said about me back in April at the banquet.
You know.
Yeah, you know. I paid you well for
Exactly.
that. Anyway, your Spartans coming off a very rare losing season, 9-10-2. Scoring was a big problem last year. How are you going to improve that this season?
Oh, we have one of our injured players back, Irene Jackman, who tore ACL last year in our sixth practice. You know, that was our big thing. We lost 3 starters last year to ACL injuries last year. So having her back up on that front line is definitely going to help us, at least create scoring opportunities for this team. Yeah.
Okay. Who else are you looking at?
We are young. We have 3 seniors. That's it. Allie McCarthy, Sam Gray, and Naomi Gray. So I have 7 freshmen on varsity, 7 sophomores, 7 juniors. So here we go. So, but there's talent there. Can they mesh enough going through this year? We had our first scrimmage today. We took our lumps against a very good Cinnamon team, but I think in the long run, that's just going to make us better going forward. We're challenging them to be better every day. And I think there's potential for people to put the ball in the back of the net.
With all this youth, is there one area of the field that you would consider your strength?
I would say our attacking line got a lot better with our freshmen. Yeah, there's some talent up top. Ava Pratosimo, Caitlin Medino, Abby Baylog. These are kids that are coming right in and getting time. And I think there's going to be some more. So, so we have 2 really good classes back to back. That's going to promote this team to be better.
Yeah, I mean, and it's like I said to one of the other guys in the first segment, some of these girls are good. They've just been waiting their opportunity to step up and get in there. And Steinert has such a winning tradition. I mean, are the girls that are back, is there a bit of a chip on their shoulder?
Oh, yeah. They were out every day during the summer in our training. They were there for 7v7s at TCNJ. They're ready. That's kind of something that we've been talking about quite a bit. We don't, accept mediocrity, so it's time to kind of step it up a little bit in training sessions and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The saying is you don't rebuild, you reload. Some teams have to rebuild. I mean, do you reload or do you?
I'm hoping. I think this team has the ability to do that. And all I'm asking them, and I said this today after our scrimmage, I go, I want to be better tomorrow, and then I want to be better the next day, and I want to be better the next day. What happens, that happens. And we can't control what the other teams do. We can control what we do, and that's all I'm asking for them, to being better every day. That's it.
Right. So we look at the overall picture. What is this team capable
I
of?
hope we get back on the map. I hope we, scoring was our detriment. We were in every game last year. We win 1-0. We would lose 1-0, lose 2-1. It's just can we get over that hump? That's all I'm asking the girls, is just to dig in a little deeper at training. Get on each other, hold each other accountable a little bit harder. And then in the long run, we'll see what happens.
How were the sub-varsity JV and freshman teams? Were they good?
Yeah, good season. Yeah, so we have some nice players coming up for us. And it's just going to be a group effort. And we have enough players where I think I can put them all on the field, and I think the level of play will not go down. I'm hoping it's going up.
All right. Well, we want to thank you guys for stopping by, and wish you the best of luck. Stace,
Thanks,
good luck
Fish.
this year. Yep, thank you. And
Thanks, Fish. We love you,
Thank
buddy.
you.
yeah, you guys are.
Hall of Famer,
Yeah,
Fish, Rich Fisher, guys.
You can leave.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I know. Did you think refreshments were being served? Or I'm sorry.
Township School District. I'd like to wish. Hi, this is Dr. Rocco, Superintendent of Hamilton Township School District. I'd like to wish all of our student athletes and coaches a great spring sports season, and I'd like to wish all of our HTSD students success in the remainder of the school year.
Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org.
All right, we are now at the football portion of our show, and we have with us Hamilton West coach Mike the Meatball Master Papero, Milo McGuire of Nottingham, and Thaddeus Richards of Steinert. Fellas, welcome. Thanks for taking time out from your day to do this. And Pap, we will start with you first. Your team's coming off a tough 2-win season. You weren't hit too hard by graduation, but you did have a few key losses. So the experience and potential, is it there for an improved season?
Yeah, we should be okay. Everybody's been working hard, and we lost 10 seniors. The good thing is that when you are struggling through a poor season like that, we were giving everybody that we could find a shot to produce. So, we have plenty of kids coming back with experience. We ended up playing a lot of sophomores, even some freshmen last year. So, we lost some key pieces, but we feel good about what we have coming back with experience.
All right. Why don't you, let's see, one of your key buys back is Brian Boswell, who's been playing for, seems like forever. He rushed for over 600 yards last year, and I think he's a kid that everybody's kind of waiting to see explode like his brother did. But you got to take some of the pressure off him.
Well, that's the thing, and Kevin had some great blocking when he was playing here for us. Brian hasn't had that luxury really. We're trying to change that this year. Made some changes to the offense and try to get him a few more running lanes. But teams the past couple years have known that he was the guy. We have some weapons this year where we think we're going to be able to get him some more room and spread the ball around a little bit so that he's not the one that everybody's going to key on.
All right, and Colin Bressler back at quarterback. I guess he got some snaps last year, played some games. Is he your guy this year? Or?
He's the guy.
Is.
He's working hard in the classroom, on the field. Just real student of the game. He can make damn near every throw that you need on the football field. He's got that confidence now too. He's a real leader. But he's the guy, and he's looking great.
All right, give us some other names that we should be on the lookout for.
Carmelo Brown at receiver. We actually have nice group of receivers: Carmelo Brown, Deshaun Jones, Brandon Boswell.
What year are those guys in?
So Brandon's a senior. Deshaun and Carmelo are both juniors.
Okay.
DeMario Marshall is a little bit of a he's kind of a utility guy for us. He's a senior. Christian Eagleton and Daniel Figueroa are both running backs. Figs is a senior. Eagleton's a junior. Brody Hunt's coming back. We even have Tazi is a soccer player who switched over. He's going to play some football for us, play some tight end receiver maybe for us.
All right.
So we're
not a kicker.
No, we're set at kicker. Grady Schaefer. He's putting 50 yarders in practice. So, he's a junior. Last year he was unfortunately one of our best weapons. Because he was punting enough. But we have a nice amount of guys there who should all be contributing.
All right.
Matt Brescio too, playing tight end and linebacker for us.
Okay.
Can't say enough about him.
Eagleton's a pretty good linebacker, isn't he?
Yeah, Eagleton and Brescio, along with Brandon Boswell, they're the three linebackers for us. Probably the best linebacking core that we've had since the Krantz brothers and Tolu Adiaga about 4, 5, 6 years ago. So we're excited about them.
Right. All right, thanks, Pep. Milo, let's move on to you here, buddy. And you only had 3 wins last year, but you did manage to upset Notre Dame. That was a big win. You got into the state playoffs. Unfortunately, you graduated some key players, and you were hit by a tough transfer loss. So just give me an assessment. Give me an assessment of both sides of the ball, what you expect to see from this team this year.
So we did get hit with some losses, but, we're very young, and these guys are, just like Coach was saying, they're coming to practice every day, and they want to play. Sometimes it's addition by subtraction, really. Some guys are there that don't want to be there, or they got their own agenda. These kids are here, and they want to play. My secondary is coming back, and they all were starters last year, so I feel comfortable with those guys. My D-line is coming back. Linebackers, we got to see if they can play. And as far as offensively, I got a 3-year starter in Dante Vasquez, so he's taking control of the offense and putting guys where they need to be. So that's what you expect out of a senior. Right. So I'm happy with the progress that we're making.
Yeah, I mean, he's had a few growing pains. He had some great games last year, followed by some tough games. But this experience has to help. Now he's a senior. What kind of a year are you expecting from him?
I think he's going to progress and get better. His maturity level is so much better than it has been the last 2 years. Just the simple things in practice where he's calling out the plays and saying, telling the coaches, we need to do this, we need to do this. He's taking ownership. And sometimes, in all facets of life, when you start to get the responsibilities and you take ownership, you take things a little bit more serious. Right. And I think he's going to have a much better season. It might be a breakout season for him.
Just give me a general outlook of your guys. What do you see as the strengths offensively and defensively, both sides of the ball?
Offensively, everything is predicated on our perimeter. So I believe offensively our strength is our perimeter. Our receivers are the same guys as our secondary. Ted Mondesir, he got hit with the injury bug last year, but he's coming back, 3-year starter. James Rumpf is a junior, and he's going to be the guy to watch in the county as far as on our team. You got some seniors that this their time to shine now. And on the flip side, on the secondary, they're the same receivers. So you got Ted, you got James, Riccardi Jean is coming back. He's a returning starter. So my perimeter is we got some guys out there.
Okay, how about in the trenches? Any guys you want to point out?
Well, defensively, my whole D-line is coming back. Malcolm Lusant, Nate Iorio, and Joshawn Brown. We got a couple guys mixed in that's going to some younger classmen that's going to show what they can do. Offensively, we're bringing back Joe Septak, and then everybody else is brand new. They're all sophomores or juniors that's getting their first nod, so it's going to be interesting to see how they gel together.
All right, yeah, it always will be interesting. So one thing we know about Nottingham, there's always athletes in the program. I guess just the key is harness that talent and get them all on the right page, huh?
Right. There was some tough, bruises and losses that we took last year, and so we just got to understand that, hey, you got to get better. You got to focus. You take the tutelage from the coaching, and I think we'll be better.
Yep. All right, Milo, thanks, my friend. And that brings us to Thaddeus Richards. Thad, probably as much excitement around this Steinert program as there's been in a lot of years this year. People are pretty high on this team, and Steinert's being talked about as one of the county's better teams. You're coming off a 5-6 campaign. You beat all the teams you're supposed to beat. I guess the next step to start beating some of those teams that are on your level or better.
Yeah, I think as far as the program goes, I do think we took a step forward last year. This year, the goal is to now take that next step as far as beating the teams that are the top of the county or high-level competitors. We took a step making the postseason last year. Our goal is now to hopefully make a run in the postseason, but that starts with a lot of games before that we have to kind of take care of business with. So a lot of room to grow still in the program.
One game at a time. I think I heard that somewhere.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Not that any of you guys would ever say it.
Yeah.
All right, tell us about Isaac P. Big-time junior year, rushed for over 1,100 yards, 9 touchdowns. Give us a little assessment of him.
Yeah, I mean, he's explosive. He's special with the ball in his hand. He's a twitchy athlete. He's one of those guys that you give him the ball in space, and it's really, really tough to bring him down. And he makes us better in practice every day. So I can't say enough good things about his performance on the field, and now we're seeing a lot more growth as far as his ability to play within the team and the scheme as well. So
yeah, and he and his brother Isaiah, his twin brother, they give you some pretty darn good defensive backs back there, don't they?
Yeah, we're excited about both of them. Isaiah's been a key cog in our program for the past 2 years as well. Sometimes he gets a little bit of the shadow treatment, but he's still a bona fide player as well that we're really, really high on. So we're excited about them too, definitely.
Great family.
Yep.
I mean, I got to tell you a little story. Last year during the Thanksgiving game, I was, singing their praises, and I said, they live in my development. They live 2 stories up.
Yep.
And I said, maybe if I'm nice enough, they'll invite me to their house for Thanksgiving dinner today. Well, obviously I'm joking around.
Yeah.
So we have our dinner, and we're watching the football game, and I hear a knock on the door, and it's the 2 twins, and they have a plate in their hand.
That's it.
And they're like, my mom heard what you said on the game. She wanted to know if you wanted some
That's
food.
it. Yeah.
I was stunned. I was like,
they are they're genuine human beings. Like who you talk to is who they are.
Yeah.
To the sense of the core, and they're really, really good people.
For sure. Another strong two-way player you got, Mekhi Blackstone, 29 catches, 300 yards, led the team, 59.5 tackles, 3 interceptions. Nice weapon to have, huh?
Yeah. I mean, Mekhi, he's one of our captains this year. I feel like we've just hit the tip of the iceberg with him as well. I think he's the kid that I'm hopeful will have the year that matches kind of his work ethic as well. So he's done a lot this offseason. He's grown. He's put on about 17 pounds. So we're really optimistic about where he's trending as we get closer to the year.
All right. And now you got a brand new, Anthony Giglio gone up at Kane.
Yep.
John LaGuardia takes over. He's a sophomore. Give us a little assessment about him.
Yeah, I mean, he's smart as they come. I think the way he's handled taking over that role that Anthony had for the past 2 years as a sophomore has been has been really, really admirable. There was games last year he had the headset on with us, so he had the opportunity to hear how things kind of go, and I think he's really taken advantage of the opportunity to learn last year from Anthony and learn the program, and now he's kind of taking this thing in stride. So we're excited about him as well, and I think that his big thing is his ability to use his mind and play point guard a little bit out there.
Oh, all right, very good. Talk about the trenches. I mean, you're not going anywhere without good line play. Jamel Kaparwe seems to be, one of the better guys in the county.
Yeah. I mean, another one of our captains. Jamel is he continues to grow physically and ability-wise. It feels like he grew another 2 inches this year, and he's put on now weight. He doesn't have as much baby weight on him. He looks lean. He's really committed to the weight room. So, I mean, it's really I don't know how to temper expectations with him because he has done the work that says he should have such a good year. So
Right.
we're excited about kind of the work he put in to get to where he's at.
All right. Anybody else on the lines that you might want to bring up?
Yeah, no, Gabe Pinnenbach, he's a 2-year starter for us, another one of our captains. He's the leader amongst that group as far as just keeping things calm, cool, collected, and kind of the voice of reason within them. So without him, we don't go. So we're excited for another big year from him as well.
All right. So just to wrap it up, 22 graduating players, but still a lot of optimism in the Spartans camp, huh?
Yep. We graduated a great class that really set a great foundation for what we want the program to be. And this year, we're hopeful that we can take another step in the right direction.
All right, fellas, I'm looking forward to it. I will be out to see every one of you guys this year. So
Good. Thanks, sir.
good luck to everybody. Milo, thanks, man, and we'll see you guys soon.
All right.
Thank you.
Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org. Your vehicle is in good hands at Haldeman Collision, Route 33 in Hamilton Township. They do it all at Haldeman Collision. Minor dents and dings, bumpers, windshields, major body, and frame damage. Free estimates, 24-hour towing, most insurance accepted, and loaners available. Haldeman Collision works with all makes and models. They'll go out of their way to getting your car back in brand new condition. Haldeman Collision, conveniently located 20 minutes from Langhorne, Princeton, and Ewing on Route 33 in Hamilton Township.
Okay, we are now back with the girls tennis coaches for the fall season. And we are going to start with let me introduce them first. Hamilton West, Jimmy, the Mercerville Mole Ditmar, Kristin Dunham, the Phillies Jinx, and Jamie Riese, who I have no nickname for.
It's a good thing.
Jimmy Ditmar, his nickname came from years ago from his buddies who he never met a shot he didn't like when playing basketball in the driveway. So
That's for sure.
But seriously, guys, welcome to the show. And Jimmy, good to have you with us. You missed last year's spring with the Coach's Corner with the flu, so it's nice to have you here today.
Yeah, glad to be here.
Yep. Tell us about your team. You're coming off a 3-9 season. It looks like your second and third singles from last year are back, but I guess you're looking for somebody to take over that first single spot. Just tell us what's going on with that lineup.
Yeah, well, our second and third are coming back this year. They were freshmen last year, and they'd come to the team with some skills, so they did very well last year for freshmen. So one of those will move up to number 1 this year.
Okay.
We're
And
not
we
really
might as well
sure.
mention their names. What's give us?
Yeah,
their names?
Leah Priestley and Kayla Sanchez.
Okay.
Both play for the NJTL of Trenton, and that's where they've learned how to play tennis, and their parents helped them a lot too.
Okay.
So they're great kids, delightful kids. We'll see where they end up, 1 or 2, but either way, they're going to be fine in either position.
After that, what can we expect? Is there still step ladder matches going on? Or?
Yes, still doing the challenge matches. We have about 5 other players from last year who are competing for that 3rd position. It's up in the air right now, and then we're hoping that the doubles team will be strong, our first doubles team. Second doubles will have newcomers.
Well, okay. The 5 competing for 3rd singles, will a lot of them be down in doubles, or hard to say right now?
They will all be in the doubles.
They will all be.
Yeah,
okay.
they'll all be doubles.
Well,
they've come to the team with pretty much not knowing how to play. So we teach them how to hold the racket, how to keep score, and we go from there. And they're good listeners, and they're doing fine.
You're used to that, I think.
Yeah.
But,
26 years of this.
Yeah. Are you the dean? Are you the dean of Mercer County coaches?
No, I think it's Greg Schaefer is the dean.
Is it Greg Schaefer?
Yeah, from
Okay.
Notre Dame.
All right. Well, then you're not.
I'm
that
creeping
old.
up, though.
You are creeping up. What are the names of these 5 players that are going to be?
So we have Leah Presley, Kayla Sanchez, 1 and 2, Myra Chowdhury, Carla Salguero, and Tricia Paul Saint are the returnees.
Okay. And then
And the newcomers.
the newcomers, yeah.
I better put my glasses on for this one. Oh, I don't know if I can. Can you read them? I can't read.
Let me see here.
I got some crazy glasses
What
here.
ones are they? Who? You
All of these here.
Oh, all these. Leah Preston, Kayla Sanchez, Caitlin Reynos,
There you go.
Reynoso Gonzalez, Melora Philogene,
There you go.
Jaylene Delasanagalis.
Close.
Probably butchering these names. Bella Avalis and Carla Salguero.
You got it.
Oh, man.
Okay, thank you.
I just hurt myself.
Thanks for reading.
You're welcome, my friend. All right, so when you look at this team, just one match at a time, and just try to show improvement at each flight.
Well, you said we were 3-9. We were 4-9 last year.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
So
sorry.
we're hoping to improve on that.
Okay.
If we can get to 6
You
victories.
already did. You went from 3 to 4 from last year.
That's true. Just like that.
Yeah.
So we're hoping for 6 victories, and anything above would be fantastic.
All right.
Highly
Very
successful.
good. All right. That brings us to Kristin Dunham, and Kristin, you are a self-avowed jinx to the Phillies, I must say, and
Lifelong fan, and I mess it up for them every time.
you weren't at the game when Durantula blew the save.
I was
were you?
not. I
Okay.
did watch it, though.
Oh, okay. Well, there's the Hopewell Valley cross-country coach, Aaron Oldfield, a Hamilton guy. He, too, is a jinx, and he was at that game. So
Okay.
the two of you, he might be worse than you.
It's always 1-0 when I go, and no excitement, and it's awful.
Keep plugging, kiddo.
I'm trying.
He'll get there. Anyway, it's good to see you again. And I'm actually, I had it written down here. I'm hoping your coaching duties will prevent you from going to any playoff games. So
I did go to one a couple years ago.
Did they win?
They did.
All right, and then maybe
See?
good luck in the playoffs. All right, sorry for all you Mets and Yankee fans. We're sorry to have this Phillies talk. Anyway, Kristin, looking at the Northstars, really no place to go but up after a winless season. But that team didn't have a senior on the roster.
Nope.
So this year's team has 6 seniors. So what can that experience do? What kind of improvement have you seen so far? Give us a little assessment.
Well, we have 9 seniors this year.
9?
Yeah. So we got lots of new players. We're up to about 33 this year.
Is that a lot compared to recent years?
Yeah. After COVID, the numbers dropped down to probably around 20-ish, and now we're back up.
Okay.
So maybe 15 to 20 new people this
Right.
year. Yeah, so a lot, very similar to what Jim said. We're going to be learning to keep score. That's where we're at. We're just starting our challenge matches. A lot
Okay.
to go. It's anyone's game right now.
There's no names you can really give us as potentially playing?
Well, our number 1 is back, so that's Janetta Doe. I would confidently say she'll
Okay.
be number 1, but the rest.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. All 6 spots are up for grabs.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And that's okay. I mean, yeah, makes it interesting.
Yeah. I mean, when you have a team like this, do you even set any goals, or do you just say to them, look, like Jimmy said, just get better every day?
I mean, of course we have goals, and of course, we definitely want to get a win and improve there. But yeah, just get better every game, and they are. Like, just learning how to keep score takes about 2 days, so we're past that. And they just started playing, all the new people playing their own singles matches on their own, without making sure they're doing it right. So moving up to doubles, we're getting there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, do you like some of what you've seen so far?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Well, first of all, they're just great individuals. I mean, they're the nicest people to have on the team. They're all working together well. They're calling each other. They're playing tennis outside already, outside of practices and all that. Yeah, it's going to be great.
Like Jimmy, he mentioned, a couple of his players played in the NJTL. Would you like to see some of your players start to get into something like that more?
Yeah, so my assistant coach, Gary Meinhardt, he is the boys' head tennis coach.
Right.
He brought in some NJTL players in June to talk to the boys and girls to try to motivate them to go. A few of our girls did go, and we could definitely tell that helped. But they're brand new to going. So hopefully if they go a couple years, it'll definitely work. And unusually we had 4 or 5 people go that didn't join the team.
Ah.
So I'd like to find them.
Yeah, scout them out. Could this be the type of year where, because of so much inexperience, you might have challenge matches over the course of the season and switch things around a little?
Yeah, I would definitely like to do that. I definitely think some of the new people could end up on varsity, but I don't want them to play the girls that played last year yet and take a loss so early on, and then that's going to be hard to come back from. They're better off not playing them right now.
Right.
And kind of starting off even. So, yeah, as long as the weather holds up and we have time, definitely love for them to get in there.
Sounds good. All right, Kristin, thanks. And I think you should start going to more games because the law of averages are going to catch up, and they're going to start winning. That's all I got
I like
to
the
say.
math reference.
Yeah, there you go. All right, Jamie Riese. Jim, I'm going to start calling you the country club coach. You got tennis in the spring or fall and golf in the spring. You're just like a country club guy, aren't you?
I feel like I earned that after 10 years of Steinert baseball, coaching with Brian Giolella.
I could not argue with you there in the least.
Needed to get away from the stress.
Yeah.
And I started to have a family, so.
Oh, well, that'll do it too. Yeah. I still think GLL is more of a stress than the family, but,
Probably right.
All right, so you guys went 6-9 last year, I think. I mean, I had his record wrong. Did
I think that's maybe 5 wins. Might have 5
okay.
wins.
I was just going NJ.com,
Yeah.
what they had there. Looks like you got a lot of senior returnees coming back into that starting lineup. What can we expect to see?
Yeah, we are we are pretty senior heavy, which is a good thing. I think, would I lose just my second singles player and maybe one doubles player? That's all I lost. But the experience should help. In addition to that, this is one of the first times where I've had some girls, some newcomers come in, and you can tell they play tennis.
Nice.
We still get our fair share of players that have pretty much never touched the racket before, and they're there to learn something new and meet friends and have some memories. But it's good for the future. But also having these seniors is good for these newcomers to kind of show them what we expect and the level that we want them to play at. Will it help our team this year having that many seniors? Absolutely. I have Ella Rogers returning as my number one singles player. It looks like she will likely stay there. Now, I've only had 2 days on the court.
Right.
With rain last week, and there was a tournament, so Kristin and I lost the courts on Friday. Just my observation from 2 days, there might be one girl that could push her, one new girl. I also have Alyssa Bucher coming back. She's a junior. She'll be at 1 or 2 or 3 as my other singles players. Then I have some doubles, and this is where I think we've lost a lot of matches in the past. We win, first and second singles or second and third singles, and then our doubles matches where we struggled.
Yeah.
With the experience we've had, I think a lot of these girls that are coming back, these seniors, they've played a lot of doubles. I think we're going to have a pretty good, and again, I've only seen him out there twice. A lot can change in a couple days. But I think we're going to have a pretty solid, definitely first doubles. And then we have a number of girls that we could fill in there at second doubles to help hopefully squeak out a couple wins.
Wow. Well, it sounds like you're planning on more than a couple wins.
I am.
As a team.
I am, but I have to keep it in mind that the conference we play in, it's
murder.
It's almost unfair, you know. And all three of us experience it.
Yeah.
Nothing against them. I mean, these are the more competitive matches, you know. And
we love playing you guys.
Yeah.
It's competitive.
Yeah. we go to the West Windsors and Princetons, and it's just like, all right, girls just. I mean, Robbinsville last few years, just hang in there. You know, make them earn their points. It's tough.
Mm-hmm.
It's just different.
Well, I mean, Hamilton is not a tennis town, as we all know. I mean, you guys know better than I do. I mean, it's not a tennis town, but I give you guys a lot of credit. You all take this serious, and you coach these kids, and you coach them up, and you do what you can. And James, do you see this as being one of your better teams though in recent years?
Yeah, at least in the last 4 or 5 years. I had Lucy, I had Aaron. Those years were pretty good, but again, we're winning 2 matches. You need 3 to win the match. I could see that possibly happening this year as well for winning the team match.
Mm-hmm.
But I do see some individuals, winning some more matches this year. I hope that translates into some team matches. But you say you give us credit, but just echo what Kristin said. I was talking to my girls today about being a good people first, and it's almost like we don't have to worry about that. The girls we get, I don't know if it's the sport. I give the girls a lot of credit. It makes it easy on Coach Wilson, Dave Wilson, my assistant, and I to come out every day and coach these girls. Credit to them. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I've noticed that. I always like interviewing tennis players. They're always very pleasant.
They're good students and they're good people.
Well, nonetheless, I commend you guys for you're in a tough situation, and all 3 of you work hard at it, and I just keep up the good work, and I wish you the best of luck this season. I really do.
Thanks, Fish. Appreciate it.
All right, guys.
Thanks, Rich.
All set.
All right.
You can head on out.
All right. Thank you.
Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org. Your vehicle is in good hands at Haldeman Collision, Route 33 in Hamilton Township. They do it all at Haldeman Collision. Minor dents and dings, bumpers, windshields, major body, and frame damage. Free estimates, 24-hour towing, most insurance accepted, and loaners available. Haldeman Collision works with all makes and models. They'll go out of their way to getting your car back in brand new condition. Haldeman Collision, conveniently located 20 minutes from Langhorne, Princeton, and Ewing on Route 33 in Hamilton Township.
All right, welcome back. And we are now at the field hockey portion of the show. And with us is Hamilton West's Katie Bloodgood, Nottingham's Jessie Davy, and Steinert's Lorraine LaMontagne. How do you say that?
LaMontagne.
LaMontagne.
Yes.
Okay. You were easier when it was just Heisler.
You could just call me Heist. That's cool.
That's all I'm ever going to call
That's
you.
fair.
So these other two have nice, easy names to remember.
Yeah.
So, all right. So we will start with you, Katie Bloodgood. You graduated 14-goal scorer Victoria Mazer from a 4-win team last year. How do you make up for her departure, and who do you see stepping up there?
I have a lot of new girls, but they're full of energy and promise, so we're just going to take each day as it is and do the best that we can do. But we have some strong girls across the field, some offense, some midfielders, a defender, and an amazing goalie. So.
Yeah, I was going to say Arabelle Pisa. Is that who you're talking about? Or?
No, she actually transferred and went to Steinert this year.
Oh, okay. All right. We'll talk about that later. Well, then, wait, you had another goalie last year.
Ava Frischella.
Yes, Ava Frischella. Okay, so she's the one that's back.
Yeah, she's a senior.
All right. What
and
can
she
you
should
say
be,
about her?
She's doing great. She should break the school record this year for saves. So, I'll make that known when that happens.
Okay, very good. All right, you mentioned some other players that are there. Who are some of the other girls you're looking to contribute?
I just have a lot of girls. I don't want to give out any names and, put the pressure on them anymore, but there's some that are really going to hold the team together across the middle of the field.
Oh, okay. All right. So when you look at this team, do you see the potential for improvement from last year?
Oh, yeah, they're already in a mentally better, stronger place, happy to be out there, willing to do whatever it takes for the team.
Is the strong point basically in goal, and then you build and you work your way up from there?
Hopefully that we're going to have still girls that cross the board that are scoring. Some have really stepped up their skills from last year, so there's going to be potential across the board.
All right. Well, I guess that's about it, unless there's anything else you want to say or add or anything.
No, we're just looking for a good time, and if we win, great. And, as long as we come out playing our hardest, that's all we can ask for.
Oh, very good. All right, Jessie, I tell you, you got off to a good start last year. You beat Pemberton, and then you didn't win one after that. So I'm sure you're looking for things to pick up a little bit this year, huh?
Yes. I have a lot of returning players this year. We have some new players, so our numbers went up. The program's constantly in growth, and I'm just looking forward to continue moving forward.
I guess to start with, much like West, you're pretty solid at goalie. Madison Lippman, I guess she's back?
Yes, absolutely.
She made a ton of saves last year. Let's just start with her and what she means to the team.
Yes, she's continued to grow athletically and in field hockey throughout the fall season, throughout spring. She played lacrosse goalie, so she was working on her skills there, and then she started to play club this summer. So she's continuing to grow. She's a good, strong support for our team, good leader out there on the field.
All right. And what about the defensive core in front of her? Does that look like it might be improved?
Yeah. We're picking up skills every day. We're getting faster on our feet, moving our feet around. We're a pretty solid communicator on the defense.
Anybody you want to mention on that defense that does look good?
Just like West, it's a whole team environment. And matter of fact, all my players are asked to be able to play anywhere on my field. So we really focus on that teamwork.
So there's no players you want to mention right now?
Nah, we're going to leave it as a whole team unit. That's how we win. That's how we go out. So.
All right. Well, offensively, I know it was a tough season for you last year. What has to happen to improve on that?
We're just building on basic fundamentals and skills. A lot of our program is new to field hockey. They don't have much of a background. They might have picked up a stick in middle school, but other than that, they haven't done anything else. So they're starting to learn what the game is, field, all of that stuff. So we're trying to push forward and keep building on one another.
All right, Ice. That brings us to you. You had a 5-win season, but you went 4-2 and finished third in the Valley Division. Now I know you lost your big scorer in Gia DeMeglio. Where's the offense come from this year?
Luckily, we have a lot of people returning. I only had 5 seniors last year, so the rest of my team is coming back, and we're adding a few more pieces to that puzzle this year with some new up-and-comers. So the core group, for the most part, is there, and it's a group of girls that have played with one another for more than just field hockey season at Steinert. A lot of them have played together outside of that, so hopefully, that connection that they're making is going to come across this year on the
Right.
field too.
Might you be willing to mention some players who contribute this year?
I mean, I liked what you said about how it's like you win as a team, you go out as a team. I'll say a few players' names.
Well, you have Mackenzie Bendis back. I know you like her.
I do. Aaliyah O'Neal back on defense. Adding Sage Zimmerman into the mix. She was on varsity last year, but I think she's going to play a bigger role this year. Midfields. I mean, my midfield is awesome. I have Jordan Bates, Bella Caniglio. Still looking to, kind of find another midfielder into that puzzle. Attacks. I have Gia Graziano back, Ella Salzano, Allie Constance. And again, like who else gets added in there? Caitlin Scholes has been doing really well during preseason. Yeah, and I have a good number of seniors too that are going to help add depth, hopefully, to the roster.
All right, so it sounds like there's a lot of potential there for some improvement this year.
From your mouth to God's ears, Fish.
Okay. Well, he doesn't listen to me, so you're in trouble.
That's all right.
All right, ladies. Well, listen, I thank you for your time. I wish you all the best of luck this year, and hope to see you do well.
Thank you so much.
All right. Take care.
Bye.
Signing off.
Signing off. Good job, Ice.
Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org.
Okay, we are back with our final sport of the day, of the show, I should say. Boys and girls cross country, and with us today we have Hamilton West coach Stephen Ziegler, Nottingham coach Kenley Souffrant, and Steinert coach Mike Giacobbe. And fellas, thanks for being with us. We appreciate it. Steve, looking at your boys team right now, you had a few guys who picked up some experience last year. I'm not sure if they're back or not. I'm just going to throw the names out. You can tell me if they're back and what you're expecting. You have juniors Jonathan Gady and Kevin Santiago. Yep. Sophomores James Mahon and Aiden Deshevsky. Are they back this year? And if so, what are your hopes for them?
They're all back except James Mahon. He's playing soccer this year. They're all back, expecting big things from them. They have a lot of experience. John Gady's a senior. Franklin Pineda Ramirez is another one we have back. Him and John Gady are probably our leaders. They got down into the mid-low 18s last year for cross country. A big jump from their previous year. They were running in the 20s. They really grew up, just learned how to run, learned how to train, knew what was expected of them. They took, they made big improvements last year and expecting big things from them this year. Hopefully we can get them down into that 17 mark, which is, at the point where you're competitive. So we're just looking for big things from them this year.
All right. What do you? Is it just? I know the goal is for all you guys to just get the times down as you go along. In the case of what your team has, what can that lead to? I mean, a decent finish maybe in the CVC or everything like that?
I mean, right now we're looking at the dual meets, just looking to get some individual wins. You're looking at the championship season. It's a little bit hard for us to compete with those teams right now, but looking at the dual meets, we can say, we can pick up some points here, we can get a win here and there, and really just kind of building on that positive message of, getting wins, getting some success back into the program.
Right.
We're building it back up now, getting some better numbers. We got kids that are staying with it, for 2, 3, 4
Good.
years now.
Yeah.
So they're interested, they're invested. And that's really the biggest thing.
Yeah, sounds like things are looking up there. Yeah. Tell us about your girls' team. I know it wasn't really much of a season last year. What have you gotten? Any
It
girls
wasn't
to come
one.
out?
We had one. Yeah, we've we had one last year, and when you have one girl, it's kind of hard for them to stick around because there's nobody for them to compete with. But this year we actually do have a girls' team. Now they're all new. So really it's just teaching them how to run, teaching them how to train, the purpose of each workout. Why do we run at this intensity these days? Why do we run, why are we going and running for 2 hours out on the road? Like, what's the purpose of that? It's just kind of teaching them, what's expected, how to run, how to train. And, right now we have 6 girls signed up, so we have a team. So they're really, they're cohesive right now. They're interested, they're invested. We got a couple wrestlers, so they're kind of used to the high intensity, activity. So, they're working together and kind of working as a team, and they're having fun. So
good.
That's the most important thing.
You want to drop some names, or do you want to wait to see if they stick it out?
I'll drop a couple names. Hannah Abdelnabi, Salma Abdelnabi. They're sisters. They both wrestle.
All right.
A freshman, Carly Nazario, who in practice looks like she's got some ability. Is interested, inquisitive, right? Wants to learn, which is very important. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. Still early, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Well, it is too early. It's too early for you guys to really tell me much of anything, but most people are doing a great job of it. I'm telling you something. Kenley.
Hey.
Boys team, you lost your top man in Mohamed Touré.
Yes.
But you did have a couple of sophomores that ran last year, Christian Miralda, Matthew Alvarez. Are they back?
Matthew is back. Chris was not able to come back this year.
Okay. And how about Brennan Babkowski?
Brennan is back as well, too.
Okay.
Yeah, we do have a few kids coming back this year. This year has been, again, another rebuild. Very young team. We don't really have any that much seniors, maybe just one senior for the most part. We have a lot of sophomores, a lot of freshmen, and a few juniors. We have a new addition, Nicholas Obermeyer Walker. He was one of our top miler in spring track. So to have him come out it's going to be a really great addition to our team.
Okay.
We also have Natalie Wibicek. Her brother was actually part of the team last year. He just graduated. And she's a freshman. She's really showing a lot of potential. So
she's going to run with the boys team?
No, girls team. Sorry, girls team. I'm sorry, girls team. Yeah.
Okay, so with the boys team, do you see? You said you're rebuilding, but can you see some chances for improvement this year?
There is. If anything, I would say just the fact that they're all we have about 16 to 19 kids this year. Last year we only had 12 kids. Okay. So I would say, if anything, just them being able to bond with each other and just kind of start building that culture has been a huge positive.
Okay. Now tell me about your girls' team.
Yeah. So Natalie, I'm kidding. Yeah. We actually don't have a big girls' team. We only have two girls, and they're working their butts off. They're really buying in, coming to every single practice. They're always on time. The biggest thing about our team this year is just the kids being able to just start building a culture where they're all, just getting to know each other and growing and building a love for the sport. So, yeah.
All right. That sounds good. Thanks, Kenley. And it's great to see you back involved in Nottingham track after that great career you had.
Appreciate it.
Well, that leads us to our final guy, our guy that's running anchor for the day.
I think I'm the old man too now.
You're the final, not just for this group, but for the entire show. Ooh. Mike Giacobbe, anchor man.
Oh.
And I'll tell you what, I think you're excited. You might be excited to talk about your team. We can start with senior Tyler Hurst.
Yep.
Coming off a season, he was second in the CVC meet, third in the TCNJ high school invite, fourth in the CJ3 meet, and 31st in the Group 3 meet. So tell us about him.
Wow. I mean, I could probably take an hour to talk about him. What a great kid. This is also an athlete that did not run cross country as a freshman.
Right.
We played soccer.
Yep.
He played basketball as a freshman. So he actually didn't jump into the track world until spring track of his freshman year. Talk about work ethic. Like, wow, second to none. As a coach, I know these guys would agree, that's all you can ask for. He's there. He wants to listen. He wants to learn. And it's amazing to watch, and I mean, sometimes it hurts my hamstring just watching him run. That's how, if I need to have a conversation with him, I have to get it done first. So that way, I can't give him any pointers, but he's just such a great kid. I can't say it enough. And the goal is, he finished 4th at the Central Jersey meet last year, and the goal is to go get it this year.
Yeah.
And
How about CVC meet?
CVC meet right back at the first one, the division round, will be at Robbinsville.
Okay.
That one, he's had a lot of success at. I think he should easily, be, hopefully, I shouldn't say easily, he's going to work for it, be in that, top 10. And then when we get to the championship round, it's the goal's there.
Meet of champs?
So I was talking to Ziegler at our cross-country meeting. In my years of coaching, I have never been to the Meet of Champs as a cross-country coach. So, yes, it would be awesome. It is a tough road to get there. It is not easy. As great as Tyler is and was last year, he finished out of the top 30 at Homedale that day.
Right. Yeah.
That's not a very forgiving course at all.
Well, you got a team. They've qualified for the state meet. 2 straight years, right?
Yep.
To the states. But you lost 5 seniors from last year. I guess, is Adam Zapkowski coming back?
Yeah, Adam Zapkowski is our other senior.
All right.
So we're looking for him to fill some big shoes, which he's been actually doing. He's more of our vocal leader. Tyler doesn't say too much. He's the silent guy. But Adam now is stepping into that more of that vocal leader. He's there. He ran all summer practices for us. Can't say enough good things about him either. I think his PR last year, he finally broke into the 17s. And now maybe look for another minute.
Yeah, there you go. Any newcomers you want to point out?
So we got a transfer from soccer, Billy Conway. He runs winter and spring. So I'm excited to see what he can do. Since I'm not coaching spring now, it's tough to kind of pick up that summer break.
Slacker.
I know, right? Other sports are stealing me, I guess.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to see. He looks good so far. And that's a tough sell sometimes. You have a sport that you love. Like we all have a sport that we love, and at some point we're told that we can't play it anymore, and I think that's kind of might be on his mind right now. Coming over from soccer, trying out for the first 3 days, and then probably receiving that news. But he's been positive, and I've liked what I've seen so far. So.
Oh, okay, very good. Now for the girls' team. Lisette Zamicelli, Ashley Foster, Juliana Manto, all experienced last year. Will we see them again?
So Juliana's out.
Okay.
She's not running cross country this year. Lisette Zamicelli is still dealing with a multi-year injury.
Oh.
She is cleared to run, which is very exciting. So she's been doing a lot of cross training, just trying to keep in that mix. I would be very, very excited to see if we can, get her into a couple meets. Last year we were able to get her into shape to run at the sectional meet. So with those things you got to wait and see.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that for sure. So anybody new that you might want to?
On the girls' side, you mentioned Ashley Foster. She's she came onto the scene, and again another one of those girls. I don't know how we get so lucky with this leadership. And it's like another silent leadership. She doesn't say more than 2 words, but she's there every day. She works hard. Looking for a lot from her. And then there is a freshman, Faith Rodkey, who is, I'm told, is a basketball and softball player. So she's coming out cross country. I didn't believe it until she actually showed up, but she was there. She's there every day, and she looks pretty good so far. So.
Oh, very good. Well, I have one last question for you. It's a non-cross country related question. Do you foresee the atmosphere in the halls of Steinert being a lot more refreshing this year with Jim Giglio having retired?
Do you think he's listening right now?
No, are you kidding? He's out cutting grass.
Oh, no, come on. It's past noon. He's done. Listen, those are some big shoes to fill in the phys ed office. So.
Yeah, well, you'd rather have him around so you have a Cowboys fan to beat up on all the time.
That's also true. But I can still do that over text messages. That's
Hey, fellas, listen, thank you so much. Great job, and I wish you guys the best of luck this year.
Thank you so much.
All right, thanks for being here.